Welcome to the Handy Video and Collaboration Tools webinar, sponsored by the Center for Teaching and Learning Excellence here at St. Leo University. We'll be recording this webinar, so if you'd like to view it later or recommend it to a colleague, you'll find it on our webinar page on our CTLE website or on our YouTube channel. We'll drop the links for those in the chat at the end of today's session. My name is Issa Salazar. I'm a teaching and learning specialist at CTLE. Our topic for today focuses on tools for course videos and collaboration. I would like to introduce our speaker for today, Laquita Lyles from Learning Design.
Hello, I'm Laquita Lyles. You'll see my name as Laquita on everything. Most people call me Monique, so I'm the same person. So sometimes people do get confused. Today, we're going to kind of go over some video tools that will make adding video to your classes and engagement with your students a lot simpler and very easy. So I picked tools that make it easy for faculty. I've used some of these tools in the classroom. My background, I was a teacher in K-12 for 11 years before I came to St. Leo. I also have taught ed tech to faculty members and teachers and educators. So I have some experience with helping people that have zero experience with ed tech, helping them get started with tools. So if anybody's ever has a question about any of the tools that I'm showing you today or any other ed tech tool that they're using, you can just drop me a message in Teams or give me a call, and I wouldn't mind helping you and walking through some of the setup and some of that with you. So today we're going to focus on the video and collaboration. We're adding more video to our classes. We add a lot of them to the learning design classes that we create online. So I am a learning designer that works in creating the online classes. Some of you may have worked with me before. So this is going to be a way for you to add these tools to your on-ground classes, to your hybrid classes, to any online classes you're working with the learning design team. So we're going to focus on the main one we're going to focus on today is Edpuzzle. That is the most robust one. I think that is the easiest one to use. To me, it's one of my favorites. It's so easy that I used to have my middle school students make them for assignments and projects for their students to share with. So if you're looking for a tool for your students to create team projects or to create items for their classwork assignments to present to their peers, it's a great tool to use for that. It's also really good for you if you create your own videos, like your own recorded lectures, and you want to kind of add an extra element to it with questions and things like that to make sure that students are engaged. Or if you have videos, and I'm going to show you how to select videos, YouTube videos and things like that you may want to use in your class. You can add questions and answers and feedback to them. You can also take some of the information in there and re-record your own audio over some of it. So if it's a video that you want to show to students and you want them to focus on something particular, you can record audio explaining for them what they should be looking at. You could address misconceptions students may have about a concept. So it's a really good tool. In addition, we're going to talk about Screencast-O-Matic and Doodly. So let's get started. Okay, so the objectives are to set up an Edpuzzle account. So if you happen to be next to your computers and want to open up a tab, when we get to that point, we can actually create an instant Edpuzzle account for you. It's free. So if you don't already have one, you can play around with it for free. We're going to create, we can show you how to create and edit video lessons. There's also a Teams integration for some of these things. So we're going to go over a little bit of that as well. So you're going to learn about Edpuzzle. You're going to learn about how to create whiteboard and glassboard videos. So the ones where people are writing and you've got that information on the screen, I'm going to show you an easy way to do that. And an easy way to record and create your own videos from your computer and your own lectures to screencast. So if you have like you want to do a demonstration for students, you can do those picture-in-picture videos, or you can show them and record your screen as you're doing something on screen, working out an assignment, working out a problem, showing them how to access a website. You can do that very easily as well. All right. So Edpuzzle, you can take any video and embed your own assessment questions and track your student progress. At the end of the presentation, you'll be able to get a copy of this presentation and you'll be able to look at the videos and everything in here on your own time. But it shows you how to easily go in and you just add open-ended questions. You can put your video in and they can have a setting where it says, do not allow skipping. So if you don't allow skipping, they have to stop, answer that question. They can also rewind if they don't get the question correct, and then they can go back and answer it again, and then they can move on once they've answered it, and it goes into a grade book. Okay, so these are the objectives. So you're going to be able to learn how to do some whiteboard or glassboard videos, how to create your own videos and make them like picture-in-picture or screenshot your computer screen and make those into videos, and add images, content, information, and question and answer to some of your videos. And these all are free. So there are free examples of each one. So these videos are embedded in the presentation. So you'll be able to watch them in more detail when you have the presentation. So you'll be able to get a copy of this presentation. So in Edpuzzle, you can add multiple choice questions. When the students answer the question, it'll give them the answer that you put in there or the feedback. They can answer with audio. So they can answer, you can put in things with audio. You can make notes in there. You can ask open-ended questions. For students who are struggling with writing, they can just record their own answer to it. You can enter the responses if you want them to be graded. You can create them for not being graded, just for participation, or you have access to a grade book and you can track their progress. So you can see how well the students are grasping the concepts that are presented in the videos. And you can use all kinds of videos. You can embed your own assessment questions. You can use any type of video. It could be one you recorded, one you get from the Edpuzzle community, one that you bring in from YouTube or something like that. And it's easy. It increases student engagement. They become active learning experiences. So kind of how you might have reading comprehension questions after a passage, you're going to be able to put in video comprehension questions after you put in a video. So you know whether they're actually watching the video or not, if they're understanding the concepts by answering those quiz questions. You can also set it so that the closed captions appear on the video and that they can't skip ahead without answering the questions. Also, copyright protection is included. That's another one reason I love Edpuzzle. So all of these edits that you want to make to videos you might find on YouTube or in the community, copyright is included. So it allows you to make those changes and you don't have to worry about that. So the copyright is included in your access. How can you use it in your class? So in a flipped classroom model, so say you have a hybrid class, say you're teaching an on-ground class with online students in it, or your students can't attend class one day, but they're home and they want to be able to access the class, they can all be accessing it and watching the same thing and using your the same video or the same content, the same lecture content at the same time. There are also formative assessment. So you can make a video and have them answer the questions and then grade them on that or check for understanding as they're showing a video in class. You can use choice boards or hyperdocs. So you can put in assignments in there that allow them to pick which assignment they want to address or answer. Differentiated lessons, you can assign videos to different groups of students or individual students. You can just use it to check their comprehension of a lecture that you've recorded, or you can do it in live mode. And like I said, if you're doing one of those hybrid classes where you've got people in front of you and people online, they can all be participating at the same time on the same item. You can also use the audiobook feature, and you can use it for project-based learning. You can have students create their own videos to share with the class, mini documentaries, those sorts of things. Live mode you can use with any Edpuzzle assignment. You show the video and control the pace. So it's kind of like when you use, if you've ever used PowerPoint online, or if you've ever used something like Top Hat or Echo 360 or anything like that, Nearpod, it will control it and you can move forward at the same pace and you can control where the students are and be assessing them. You can even put them in groups to work on things and then communicate with the whole entire team, whether the other people are online or whether they're in the physical classroom with you. Also, you can have it where they can assess the assignments independently afterwards. And this is a student view over here, so they'll see what your lesson is. And then this is a teacher view, so you can see the class, you can see all the students, you can see how they're responding to different things. and ideas for live mode. You can watch and read aloud. You can go on a virtual field trip. So if you have a video of a field trip or using like Google has a bunch of different virtual field trips. If you've gone on one yourself or created your own virtual field trip, you can have them see different aspects of places there. You can warm up or close a lesson or review a lesson that students have completed. Students can also do student projects using Edpuzzle. That was one of the favorite ones that my students had. They would get in groups, they would create their own little mini documentaries or mini projects and then present them in Edpuzzle. It also helped for a lot of my students who were very nervous about presenting to their peers, but needed to practice those presentation skills. So they would put the Edpuzzle together and then they would do question and answer and things like that. So they were able to present in a little bit easier way for them. You can add questions and notes, or they can add questions. You can create different learning experiences for them and feature them in a class library. So you can have different class projects and then feature them in your library for your class. So all the videos will be stored in one location so that the students can access them in the class. Different ideas for student projects. They can prepare their own TED Talks. They can do experiments if you have a science course and you want to have them demonstrate something. So right now, this is one of our hands-on activity parts. If you want to open up a tab and go to edpuzzle.com, you can actually create an account right now. The accounts are free. They have a free one that allows you to have 20 videos at a time, and you're able to put them up. And if you want to recycle a video for free, you just make sure you don't ever have more than 20 at a time in there. And then there are also affordable options if you want to purchase an account. Learning Design has an account. So if you're working with us to create an online course, we can put the Edpuzzle videos in your online course because we have unlimited amounts of courses we can create and videos we can create. So you want to make sure that you sign up using your SLU credentials. If you already have Edpuzzles in your classes or you have access to them, since we're on the two-factor authentication system, what you're going to want to make sure you do is log in with all of your SLU credentials and your Microsoft credentials, and make sure your students do the same when they're logging in so that they can access them without being blocked, without anything being blocked there. So I'll give you a few minutes if anybody wants to go ahead and try to set up an account, and if you have any questions for that. Does anybody have any questions right now? No? Okay. Does anybody need a few minutes to practice setting up their account, or do you want me to go on right now?
Well, I have the spinning circle.
Okay. Yes, it took me a minute. I will let you know that I did work with IT this morning. I was trying to figure out why, if you've never used the Teams class, we have an account that allows us to go in SharePoint and create a class. So you can create a Teams page or a class. The class allows you to have assignments in there that go into SharePoint. So you can actually add Edpuzzle and Flipgrid and some other apps directly into your Teams class and set assignments there. So you'll see the grade book and everything inside of your SharePoint account. And that they just opened it up to everybody at the university, so everybody should be able to see that when they go in, because I was trying to use it for like professional learning communities, that sort of thing, and I was playing around with it. So it does work as long as you use your Microsoft SSO options. And so it goes directly in there. So you have a place for the grade book. If you want it graded in your courses, though, you do have to put them into your D2L grade book. So you can see them in there, but you'll have to copy things over right now into D2L. They are working on looking at the LTI integration for Teams and Edpuzzle with D2L. So there'll be an update on that, I guess, when tech support gets a chance to look at that to see if we can do that. But that would be great. So you won't have to enter things in 2 or 3 places anymore. You'll be able to stick it right into your courses in D2L or your on-ground shell, and everything will go into your grade book. But for now, we do have to do a double entry kind of thing for that, unfortunately. All right. I will go ahead and move on, but if anybody has got a question about setting up their account, just let me know and we can address that. Okay, so the first video lesson. So these are very, very easy. And this is why I love Edpuzzle. It is so easy that children can do it. So when you go in, you can get any video and create a lesson with Edpuzzle. There is a Chrome extension for it. If you're in YouTube and you're on Chrome, there's an Edpuzzle extension. So if you're looking for videos, it'll pop up in the corner and edit with Edpuzzle. You can edit directly in YouTube in the Edpuzzle extension. And then you can also, what you do is you can find them. They have a whole bunch of different community pages. So you'll have things like Khan Academy, all the crash course videos that you're seeing there are in there. There are several different types of videos. There are different faculty at St. Leo that are already using Edpuzzle, so you can actually see other people from the university in there. And you can just find videos on different topics from all over. There's TED Talks, everything. So once you select the video, you can do your own screen recording and upload it into your class. You can use one of these Edpuzzle originals, or you can grab something from the community, or just take a link from YouTube and stick it in there and to your course and then edit. It'll pull it up. It will also do the closed captions for you. You just have to make sure you toggle that button on in there, so that will come on inside of Edpuzzle. You can add your own commentary, so you can take any of the videos that are there. And if there's something that you want students to focus on, for example, you're learning about finance or something, and you have something to say about a statement they made, or you want to address a concept or add more to it, you can always add your own video and everything to it. It's very, very easy to use. And you can discover in your community. So they have a lot of this is focused on, like, you'll see a lot of things focused on elementary and middle school, but there are a lot of higher education institutions that use this, and there's a higher education option. So when it asks you when you want to set up your class, what level, it'll give you higher education as well. And if you select My School, you'll see other people from St. Leo that are using it. Currently, we don't have a university-wide account, but there are individual accounts that are being used. So here in your content there, you're going to find all of your saved and edited videos. So you can create a class, and then for each class that you create, you put all of your videos in for that, and then you can assign them out to your students. They'll get a link to the class. You can do it as an open course, or you can get a link, so anybody with the link can do it. But what you want to do is set it up as a class and then have your students sign in with their Microsoft SLU credentials to access the course. And so it's real easy. You just go here to add content. So you can upload any video that you've already created. If you've done a screen recording, any of those things, you can upload it into Edpuzzle as well. And it's a very simple editor to use. You can search up here for any YouTube video. If you know the link, you can just paste it in there and it'll pull up. And you can find things from your community, your school. If you, for example, if your department wanted to get an Edpuzzle account, I think it's very affordable. It's less than it's like $13 a month. I think it's like $100 maybe a year. That's one of the things. You can actually use it as a server, so everybody in your department would be able to access it with the logon, and you can see all the videos created by your department. Some places, some universities have departments that curate videos, and they put them there for you to select to put in your courses. And that way you can kind of see what other people are doing, what your department chair has recommended or created, that sort of thing. It's kind of up to you, but it will allow you to store all of your videos by class or department. Okay, so this is the Chrome extension I was speaking about. So you can record a tab, the entire desktop, or just your webcam, because now they actually allow you to do screencasting. So you can record your own screen and create a video right in Edpuzzle. And it's very simple. So this video is going to be embedded in the presentation that you can take a look at. If you misspeak when you're doing a voiceover, which is annoying, and then you have to re-record everything, for this, you can just replace the audio for a section using this piece here. So you can start a recording and just replace that and do a voiceover. And once you find a video, it's really easy. You just copy and paste it to your content, and then you edit. So you edit and you can save the copy. And you can just drag the blue bar around to cut and add. It's that simple. I love this video editor because it's very, very simple. It's the simplest video editor I've ever seen. You can just snip out pieces. You can move it. If you only want a portion of the video, you can edit the beginning, middle, and end, and then you can watch the trimmed video. You can add the question. So each of these is where a question or answer is recorded for the student. You can add voiceovers. So you can click the voiceover tab and just start recording. You record your voiceover and then you review it, and then it's just added to your video. You can actually replace the video's entire narration if you want and just use the images in the video. I've had students find things like if they're doing something that is like biology or something, they can get a biology video and then they have to put their own voiceover over it and narrate the information based on what it is that they're supposed to be learning. So they have an access to different videos to be able to have that visual effect, but represent their own learning in that visual. You can embed the questions. This is one of the things that I like the most about it. You can put in multiple choice questions. You can put in open-ended questions to check for student understanding. You just click the question tab and select the type of question, and then you add your question and save it. And then they go here. And then you can make sure that they answer it before they move on, or they can actually, if they're struggling with the question, they can rewind just to that section where that answer is, and then review that part of the video and then answer the question. They also allow for audio responses if you want them to be able to do that, especially for your students that may be struggling with writing, maybe English language learners, different situations that they may feel more comfortable giving an audio response. You can add notes, so you can record audio notes. You can record a note on the video that explains something to students there. If it's something that's a process video, you can give them hints, all of that. You can add notes in there and external links, images, anything that you want in there to help them out. All right, Edpuzzle and Teams. This is what I was playing with a little earlier. So you can actually add it to Teams. So what you would do is once you set up your Edpuzzle account with your St. Leo credentials, when you go into a team, you would have to create a class in Teams. So what you're doing is creating a class, and then you click on it, you search for Edpuzzle, and you add that app to your Teams section. And then you open a class in Teams, you would click the plus sign at the top there, and then select Edpuzzle to fill in your class details, and then save it. And so then you can add Edpuzzle assignments directly to your class and team, so they're all in one place. Again, if you're using it to grade them and not just engage them, you want to make sure that the grades that go in your class gradebook, you take those and put them manually into your D2L gradebook at this time until we get a Teams integration into D2L or an Edpuzzle integration directly into D2L. And so you can assign it to your class. It's real simple, and then they'll get to see it. You can also do that with Flipgrid in Teams as well. And digging into data. So you can explore your data by individual student, class, or across all assignments. So you can click any assigned video to see an overview. You can see the student's name, their individual performance. You can look at the questions to see the class breakdown by question. And you can use a gradebook to track performance across all video lessons. So there is a gradebook that's in there. And again, if you have it in your Teams, it'll go into your Teams gradebook. You can grade open responses there, and then you can transfer that data directly into D2L if it's going to be in your course that you want graded. But you can easily see that there. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay. And there is a D2L integration coming soon. I put the link there so you can see a little bit more about that. And tech support is aware of that. We're working with Karen Looney, I think, to work on seeing what we can do to get these integrated. All right, does anybody have any questions about Edpuzzle before we move on to the next one? All right, Screencast-O-Matic. This is another favorite of mine. There is a free version. It's a very easy to use webcam that allows you to screencast your screen. So you can record what you're doing on your screen. I've used it a couple of times in courses to help show students or demonstrate where they're supposed to go on a website to find something. For example, I'll just screencast it and put that in the course. You can use it as a video server for class videos if you get a premium account, which is very affordable. The premium account is just like for, I think it's under $100, like $72 a year. I got mine last year for $43 for the whole year. And you can easily record and edit screen capture videos for free. You can organize them in folders by the department, topic, or class for premium. And there's an upgrade that's like I said, $72. Or if it's something your department wants or you would want to have for your class, you can kind of look into financing options for that or ways to do that. Doodly. This is the other one. You can explore data by individual student, class, or class assignments. You can also do that here. So the main thing with Doodly, it's like a whiteboard video server. So this is something you can use just like Screencast-O-Matic to actually record your videos. So you can record lectures. What you can do here is take your information in Doodly and turn it into one of those whiteboard videos where the hands are there. So it will offer you different types of hands, different types of different information for Doodly. So there are videos on how to use Doodly and the Doodly interface. It has a bunch of different ethnicities for your hands. You can do glassboard videos. What you do is you take your text and you type it in there and you pick the images that you want. They're all images that have been created by designers. So they've been hand drawn in there. So you can choose those and select any of those that you want and then put them in your video. And it is very, very easy to do. You can also add music. You can also add audio to it, all kinds of things. And so I've included a video here on how to use the Doodly interface and Doodly tutorials. Again, we do have one of these in Learning Design. It is not a free service. However, right now, it's usually monthly. It can be up to like $400 a year, I think. But right now, everything that I'm showing you has a one-time payment fee of $67 that you can purchase it. So I think I included those links there. If anybody's interested and I didn't have that in the bottom of the video, I will make sure that I send those links to you because as of this week, they were. So you can get a one-time license for only $67. Doodly is also the owner of Toonly. So some of you may have used Toonly in your classes before. That just does the video, the animation version, and that one. $67 forever right now. So they're very easy to use. They used to be free for like K-12 and university, but I guess they're on the bandwagon of, okay, everybody's wanting to do these things, so we're going to try to charge you for them. But they do have a very affordable rate plan going on right now. But this is how you can easily make those whiteboard videos and you can do the doodle videos. And welcome to the official. Can you see this one? In this video, you'll learn all about the Doodly.
Yes.
Please click the like and subscribe button below. By subscribing, you'll be notified when we release free trainings. And if you have any questions about what we cover, leave a comment and the awesome Doodly community would love to help. Thanks for watching. Now let's get straight to the training.
Welcome to Doodly, the simplest drag and drop doodle video creator.
So easy.
In this short tutorial, I'm going to take you on a tour of Doodly so you can get comfortable with the software and what it can do. So let's jump in. When you first open Doodly, you'll go to the My Videos page. It's a dashboard listing all of your Doodly projects, along with some resources that are available to you. Along the top, you've got some thumbnails that will take you to your most recent videos. Here in the middle are all of the Doodly projects you've ever created. You'll notice the title, when it was created, when it was modified, the length of the video, how many scenes it has, and the actions that you can take, such as edit or delete. Now, if you right-click on one of the videos, you'll have the option to duplicate it or delete it. Duplicating a video is really handy if you want to make a template and then base future videos off of that template.
I do that all the time because it saves so much time.
Have some resources. You can go to the Doodly Marketplace to purchase additional doodle images if you'd like. The Doodler Toolbox contains all of the different products in the family. You'll see that I own Doodly Enterprise and Doodly Rainbow add-on. You can also purchase the ones that you don't currently own. For example, in my case, Doodly Elite Masterclass, Toonly, or Voomly. Let's create a new video by clicking Create New Video. You want to give it a title. Select which type you'd like. I'll go for the default whiteboard and select a resolution. I'll just leave it at this default resolution for now, and I'll change it if I need to. Click Create. On the left, we have the Asset panel, which contains all of the different parts and components that will make up your whiteboard video. So you can have your scenes, characters, props, text, sounds, and marketplace items. They're all in this panel. Then there are some buttons here that you can fiddle with. Categories will arrange the items in different ways based on the category type. All, club, or shared. Right now I have it set to all. Club items are for enterprise users. These are added monthly. They add new images each month. And then shared items are items that you may have shared with other users. I don't have any in this case. Now this little beach ball turns Doodly Rainbow on and off if you own it. So if I turn it on, you'll see my images are in full color now. Working with assets is super easy. All you have to do is drag and drop them into your whiteboard. Once in place, you can move them and you can align them. If you click the Show Grid button here, you have a grid that makes it really handy for lining up items.
So it's very, very easy to use. So there's a whole YouTube page on all the different ways to use Doodly and top 10 tips. So you'll be able to watch the full video in there when you get the presentation, but it's easy to use. So everything that I've shared here is very simple and it saves time. So does anybody have any questions about any of the items? Anybody have any concerns? Want to know a little bit more about them? Anybody use video in their courses right now? Because I know that there are some issues sometimes with creating them and how long it takes to create them. So all of these things make it it makes it very easy. So I try to provide things that I know a busy faculty member could do a good job with without having to spend a whole lot of time learning how to do it. Things that have templates like this that allow you to go ahead and make different items and just recreate, similar types of scenes. And so that these are some Edpuzzle resources for teachers here that I've included. And the prices, there's some links to the prices. So if your department or you are interested in trying to purchase any of those, or you want to put in like a request or something, there are different pricing plans. Like I said, some of these, they're on sale for like $47 for lifetime or $67 for a lifetime membership for the basics. And most of them have a free version. All right. And if you have any questions, you can take a picture of the QR code if you want to, and you'll get a full copy of this video. I'll also try to send a copy of that with the link to my SharePoint. I was having some issues with my SharePoint file, but I'll send a link out to anybody who would like that. But if you want to take a picture of the QR code, you will get an automatic download of today's presentation. All right. So does anybody have anything else? Nothing? No questions? Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for participating in today's webinar. We hope you learned something today that you can use in your everyday teaching. If you'd like to apply something you've learned, we encourage you to use our Apply and Reflect form to earn additional points to your leaderboards. We'd like to ask you to please take a moment to give us some helpful feedback about today's session. We've dropped a link to the survey into the chat. And once you've clicked on that, the survey will stay open until after you've left the meeting. Lastly, please remember to check out this and more videos on our YouTube channel and our webinar page on our website. We'll drop those links as well. And again, thanks for coming, and we hope you have a great day.
And if anybody would like a session to walk through how to set up any of these things, just message me or give me a call, and I'd be happy to help you.